you to Unity. We're grateful and honored that you're joining us today, and we welcome you with open hearts. We'll start by acknowledging the Christ candle. And I have a helper this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the sacred tradition of lighting the Christ candle. This candle represents the Christ light in each of us. In Unity, we believe we change the world one light at a time, starting with us. I think we have our technical issues worked out, but if we don't, just know we're going to just kind of work through it. So our first song today is Have It All by Jason Rogers.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Well, here's to the highs that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we gonna have. You don't need money, you got free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. May you be as healthy as a flat bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions, no immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. Or may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Or may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we gonna have. You don't need money, you got free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all you can imagine. Oh, no matter what your path is, if you believe it, then anything can happen. Go, raise your glasses. Go, you can have it. You here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we gonna have. You don't need money, you got free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it. I want you to have it. We gonna have it. Always making you laugh. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. You to have it all.
It is now time to send our children off to Sunday school. Our teachers and our children. So together, we love you, we bless you, We behold the Christ in you, and we love you just the way you are, one with God. Next, we'll have our welcome song. If you don't want to be hugged, be sure and stay seated. And our next song is He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother.
Oh, I love that. Your grandmother
It's made them specific for the children's crisis system we donate to. When she heard what we do with them, she was like, well, I'll send you some.
Just got that all around last night.
That's all it is. That's all.
You got it. Good morning.
How you
Talked about that in class. Like, isn't that great? How was it good? Yes, I'm gonna dirty down this way.
You don't have to do that. You just sat here.
It's the moment.
I see white and I like those. Yeah, I'm so afraid to give all the makeup on to look like these.
I was like, wait, we're not going to get out. Didn't get mine. Always forget. Okay.
Good morning, thank you. At Colorado.
We're going to Colorado. Okay.
House that's on.
Okay.
West Cliff. So we're paying up about Western College.
Okay.
Sent to Colorado Springs, also Air Force Base. My son is Air Force Base. That's the Space Force Base. And that's cool.
Do you want me to do the prayer for the new minister as part of your service, or are you going to do that?
I was going to do it. It's Christian. It's all.
I just wanted to share.
And of course, there's
Training thing.
Yeah.
Is the announcer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He went the enlisted route. He wasn't an engineer, and that's all they were hiring. I wanted to do it.
They were just engineers.
Yeah, they just wanted engineers and babies.
We welcome you again. If you are new here, we have welcome packets outside on the shelf, outside the sanctuary doors to help yourself. We also have prayer cards in the backs of the chairs. Fill those out. You can put them in the offering plate or in the box up here at the front. And they're prayed over here for 30 days, and then they're sent to Silent Unity for an additional 30 days of prayer. And then we also have offering envelopes. We'll start with our vision, mission, and core values. Together, centered in God,
We celebrate a world empowered by peace, love, and oneness.
Mission statement. We
A
are
vibrant spiritual community, reaching inward for guidance and outward in love, education, and sacred service.
and our core values.
Love, service, spirit-led, inspiration, acceptance, and spiritual unfoldment.
All right, our announcements today. We're in Sunday school, 9:15 every Sunday morning. We're just still on the book Living Originally by Robert Grumman. We're probably 2/3 of the way done. We're going to get ready to start chapter 10 next Sunday. So we'll be exploring new book options for the Sunday school class soon. Reverend Jim also still has his Sunday Zoom class at 8:45. So if you want to join that, just get with Mitzi and she can give you information about that class. And they are going through the book, The Beginner's Guide to Gnosticism. I just got that book and started on it. Oh, you're going to love it. And Tuesday book study, 10 a.m. in Crider Hall, discussing the Zen Monkey and the Lotus Flower Part 2. And I won't say the author's name. Anything on that, Sherry?
Nope, just, it's going great. Everybody loves them.
Okay, great. This Wednesday, Wisdom on Wednesday. So I have to be careful because we've now changed it from Women of Wisdom to Wisdom on Wednesday at 5 p.m. for snacks. And then the program starts at 5:30 to 7. And men and women is no longer a women's group. Men are welcome as well. Mitzi or Christy, you want to talk about the speaker?
Go ahead.
Yes, Nancy, you did a great job of reminding all of us of the differences for this. So this is a new way we can outreach to our community and make sure everybody is welcome to come this Wednesday. So this is actually a returning popular presenter. Her name is Sandra Porter and she lives in Quitman, Texas. She is going to talk to us about Ayurveda healings with the seasons. And so she is an NAMA certified Ayurveda health counselor who has spent years studying the relationship between nature, food, and human health. So she's been, like I said, very popular, and we've invited her to come back. So I hope you'll come Wednesday at 5 if you can, or the program starts at 5:30. So thank you.
Sherry, bookstore.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we have, as you know, we've been cleaning Jeannie's house out, and she had gotten a lot of things from the bookstore, from the gift store, and these cups are used. Okay, there's a little bit of stain that I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, so they're clean, but there's a little bit of stain. There's 2 of these cups. I will give these away because they are a little bit stained, and they're from Jeannie's house. So if anybody, now, one thing you need to know, you cannot run these through the dishwasher. It will take this right off, and you got to be very careful hand washing them too. So these are free. If you'd like anything from the gift store, come see what we got from Jeannie's house, but these are free today. So thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. Prayer requests. We have lots of those and the wonder of prayer, and so we want to hold everybody up in prayer, but particularly Janet Reed had put in a request for her and her husband Richard. He'd had an additional fall after his original fall, and then he was back in the hospital with an infection, and I think the last update was he's getting ready to go home again. And then they'll do the IV therapy at home for him. So lots of prayers because it's one thing to have an illness, but then to be the caretaker is a lot. So prayers for all of them in that family right now. And if you have other prayer requests, be sure and let one of the board members know. And we have emails and I guess, text, anyway, that they go out so that a lot of people can be remembering those different requests. Anything else on that?
Not on that.
Okay. All right. Reminder about springing stuffed animals to love on, and then they get donated to the Children's Advocacy Center. And Tiffany has some there that her grandmother made. You want to hold up the turtle?
Love that.
Yeah. And there's some more on the back there. Also, remember our music survey, little pieces of paper there in the backs of the chairs. And so put down the date and songs you like, you don't like, or suggestions, and that helps Mo to be able to pick out music for our services. And also a reminder, we're still compiling the church directory, so if you need to get your name and information there, there's a sign-up sheet in the kitchen on the counter there. And you can also have your picture taken if you want. August birthdays, we're almost through with them. August 1st, Carla Waller. August the 8th, John Slayton. Seth Staten. August the 10th, Lamont Taylor. And August 13th, Joyce Wheeler. Are there any other announcements? Mitzi?
I've missed y'all. I've been traveling a little bit. I went to visit. My family just moved up to the Northwest, up in Tacoma.
Welcome home.
Yeah, it's so good to be back here. So when I travel, if I can, I visit another Unity church. And I encourage you to do that too. They actually did have one there in Tacoma, and it's called Tacoma South Sound. So what's fun to go is you can have the experience of how they do things and bring back ideas. So I had the two granddaughters with me. Y'all know them, Carlotta and Valentina. They said, are there any visitors here? We raised our hands. They gave us a new members packet, and guess what it had in it? $100 bill.
No way.
No, I'm just kidding. But I got your attention. I got your attention. And guess what they did? And guess what they did have? They gave each one of us a beautiful little pair of silver rings with a heart in the middle on a ribbon. And the girls were just thrilled with this. It was just a little memento. So I'm going to ask the trustees to be thinking about, we might change our process a little bit. It's just something that you're walking out with something you may remember. And I just thought that was good, but there's some other things. But I'm glad you got a laugh out of that. I actually heard that from a speaker at another thing. I thought it'd be great this morning. Bring some humor to the situation. Today, we're going to have the Board of Trustees meeting after service. And thank you for your volunteer time, and thank all the trustees for their time if you have time to thank them today. So some of the things are in the newsletter, but I know everybody doesn't see this. We're wanting to have open communication about where we are in the process of a new minister. So today, the board is going to set a date for a community conversation. This will be on a Saturday very soon. What this is about, where you'll have the opportunity to come, we're going to go to Crowder Hall. It'll be casual, but we want to hear from you about what you want the next chapter of Tyler Unity to look like. What do you want our youth program to be? What do you want our mission to be? What do you want our focus to be in the community, so that we can begin to make progress on that? And we have been working, so I know it doesn't feel like it if you're not on the inside, but we've been making phone calls and emails and gathering information. And part of the responsibility of your board is to assess our financial situation. So today we'll be getting an update from that. And thank you, Liz, for serving as treasurer for that, because that's very important. One of the suggestions is that we bring in ministers in person from out of town. So here again, when we review the budget, we're going to be looking at some of those logistics and see how we might work that out to have more in-person speakers. Then coming September 9th and 10th is the World Day of Prayer. I know that was mentioned in the newsletter. Those of you that have been here before, you may have participated in the way that you came here in the sanctuary on those days, just to hold some space with people all across the world for World Day of Prayer. If you're interested in coming to Tyler Unity physically in September for World Day of Prayer, I would love for you to let any of the trustees know about it. We want to hear from you about how you would like to participate in that World Day of Prayer. And lastly, but this is exciting, this coming Saturday, some of us will be volunteering for the Love Thy City event here in Tyler. I've personally not ever been, but I've heard about it. There are going to be lots of people there. And if you have time to participate in a 2-hour segment of the day, it will be indoors and air conditioning. We have a very special spot. Then we have a sign-up sheet out there. So thank you so much.
I've got one other thing, if I could.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know, I've been really reviewing all of the cards that we get for music, and thank you for your input. It's interesting, I get just about as many cards that say the music is too loud, and then a bunch of other cards that say I can't hear the music. So know that we're trying to do volume at a level that everyone can hear or not be overwhelmed by sound. Also, a great suggestion that I think I'm going to go with and what we did today is the second song, our hugging song, that's going to be a request. So whatever song we're hearing is the second song of the day, just know that that's a song that someone has written down on their sheet as something that they want to hear. And so we can just know when we're doing hugs and handshakes that maybe someone in the room really wanted to hear that song.
I've heard so many people asking about when are we going to hear more songs sung by Mo?
Now that I'm no longer performing elsewhere, I'll definitely make more time to perform here. And of course, anyone else who wants to sing and play instruments is welcome to join me in that endeavor. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Mo. Now we'll move our attention to the daily word. The word today is prosperity, Sunday, August the 16th. I am prosperous in all ways. To be prosperous may include financial wealth and possessions, but it is so much more. It includes spiritual wealth and health, as well as joy and satisfaction. Today I focus on the ways in which I am prosperous, and I realize the many ways I am blessed. I experience prosperity through my material comforts, but I also feel prosperous through the amazing functioning of my physical body and my active mind. I am prosperous through the spiritual bond I have with God and the deep peace it gives me. I am grateful for my prosperity and its many manifestations. I give thanks I am thoroughly blessed and prospered in mind, body, and soul. Today's scripture: then you shall see and be radiant, your heart shall thrill and rejoice, because the abundance of the sea shall be brought to you, the wealth of the nations shall come to you. Isaiah chapter 60. We'll have our next song and meditation and message. The song is From a Distance by Bette Midler, and we'll have a message coming up from Dr. Teresa Lee. From a distance, the world's known and we and slow down mountains wide. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and we will take to fly. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes to the land. It's our voice. It's the voice of peace. It's the voice of every man. From a distance, we only love and no one is me. And there are no darkness, no no demands to be. From a distance, we Playing songs of, playing songs of peace. They are songs of heaven. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us. From the heavens. Promises you love my friend, even though you feel that more. Promises I just can't comprehend. Promises I use for. It's so love, it's so hard. It's so it's so love. This is my song. God is watching us. God is watching us. Watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us.
Before I introduce you to Reverend Teresa Lee, I do want to let you know that this coming Sunday, our very own Linda Dyer will be doing our message. So I hope you will come back for that. Yeah, she has something very special planned for us. And then the Sunday after that, our very own Maureen O'Brien will be coming to do another one of the 5 principles for us. Reverend Teresa Lee's topic today, is being present, living from our heart center and allowing ourselves to be spirit-led as unique, unrepeatable expressions of God. Reverend Therese has devoted 37 years to studying unity truth principles and has been a prayer chaplain for 25 years and an ordained unity minister for 20 years. As a grief recovery specialist, she has helped many people through the sacred terrain of change and loss. Her mission is her mantra, love out loud. I hope you enjoy her speaking to us this morning. Thank you.
Hey, Mitzi, you want to stay up there and do the group prayer for us?
It's a little out of order. So, okay. Yes, thank you, Maureen. Yes.
Okay.
So when you're always changing things, then you're always flexible. So if you'll say with me our prayer for divine guidance and our next spiritual leader for Tyler Unity Center. Together we affirm divine love and infinite wisdom light our paths as Tyler Unity Center journeys into the next chapter. We trust that the Spirit is preparing this loving community and the spiritual leader who is uniquely called to serve here. We affirm that our next minister is divinely guided to Tyler Unity Center, just as we are guided to them. Together, we will fulfill a shared purpose, grounded in truth, love, and unity. We welcome a teacher who inspires spiritual growth, awakens the Christ light within each of us, and leads with wisdom, compassion, and joy. We joyfully welcome every person Spirit is guiding to Tyler Unity Center. Together, we create a loving spiritual family where hearts are healed and lives are transformed. We see children, families, and future generations discovering the timeless, practical teachings of unity. With grateful hearts, we trust the perfect unfolding of God's divine plan. And so it is.
Thank you, Mitzi. Thank you.
Good morning, Unity in Tyler, Texas. I'm Reverend Teresa Lee, and I'm honored to be with you this morning. So let's close our outer eyes for a moment as we get settled into this time together and say thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I want to talk with you today about being, B-E-I-N-G, present, to live from our heart space. Because what we know to be true is that we are human beings, not human doings. And I bet there are a lot of you like me and myself that like to be busy, yes? So what I know is that as we allow ourselves to be spirit-led, then we have lessened the time that we're going to be ego-driven, if that makes sense. So is everybody breathing and exhaling with me? Let's do it together. We breathe in peace and we exhale love. So our scripture for today is from the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. It's my personal scripture as well. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind so you may discern the will of God. How I condense that down is I will to will the will of God. What that does for me with my busy mind is to slow myself down and to be present so I can be. I think you'll agree with me that we've learned through our many unity teachings that it's always and in all ways an inside job. So our affirmation for today is this: I am alive, awake, alert, joyous, and enthusiastic about my life. So say it with me. I am alive, awake, alert, joyous, and enthusiastic about my life. Isn't that exciting? You know, we start all of our affirmations with I am. And that then decides within us consciously the truth of who we are. So my acronym for I am is intention plus attention equals manifestation. I am. Intention, attention equals manifestation. That's something you write down if you're a note taker today. So everything that we say after the words I am define who we are. So do you find yourself saying, I am tired? Or I could use more sleep? It's really as simple as that. And the more we pay attention to our words, the more we're able to stay present in order to be who we've come here to be. I remember learning this 37 years ago when I found Unity. And I remember thinking, wait, what? My words have power? Wait, what? My thoughts cause my feelings? It's the truth. So do you realize just how power-filled you are? I'm wondering. I hope so. And then I also wonder, like, how do you stay connected to yourself first? Of course, that's always our first job. And then to others. Being and living in the present moment. All the while, life is happening, right? Changes happen. Shifts happen. Careful how you hear that. And loss can sometimes happen. So our Unity co-founder, Charles Fillmore, says this: embrace change, for it is the only constant in life. Adaptability is the key to growth in progress. Okay, I find that as sound advice. Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore, who was also a sassy redhead, says this: when the individual keeps their mind in tune with God mind, they know constant harmony, order, success, and health. By following the teachings of Jesus the Christ, because remember, Christ was not Jesus's last name, it was his job description. It's your job description and mine. By following the teachings of Jesus the Christ and seeking guidance from the Most High, there is no room for a negative thought to enter, Myrtle said. Health, harmony is the one presence and the one power in the universe and in our lives. And that was written somewhere in the early 1900s, and I love it because it's so applicable yet still today. So both of those from Myrtle and Charles feel very, or sound even very spiritual, don't they? Author Byron Katie, who wrote the book Loving What Is, tells us to stop fighting reality, to accept what is. So exhale with me. So many suggestions outside of us, and yet what we know is that change is consistent, shift happens, and so how do we deal with it? Albert Einstein calls it the holy shift. He also encourages us to put holy before anything, because then it's so much more spiritual and keeps us being heart-led. So my favorite question ever is, are you willing? Are you willing? Because if you're willing, it leaves room for curiosity. Being curious allows each of us, you and me, to be present to what is in front of us right now. Present to this now moment. I think you might agree that our overall intention every day is to live while we're alive, yes, and then to also love. Live and love. And then what happens? Life. And sometimes that fast pitch comes in, right? And we're thinking, whoa, 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 I didn't expect this to happen. So the reality is that change sometimes causes joy in our lives, and sometimes it causes loss. And so what I know for sure at this point in my life, at 68 years old, is that change and loss will create an emotion within us, a feeling within us. So I'm curious, have you ever felt an emotion that you can name after a loss or a change has happened? That's what I'm talking about when we discuss about being present. Do you know what's happening in your head and your heart space? You might be thinking, I am so happy to have found Unity in Tyler. I love Unity. I'm so relieved to have moved here from wherever. Or I really do exercise and eat right every day. And yet I just got a diagnosis from the doctor. So I'm wondering, Therese, why am I feeling sad, verklempt, unsettled, anxious, angry, unsettled? So be assured, I do not have any answers for you. And let's be real, nobody has any answers for you. And when someone thinks that they might, I invite you to say thank you and give them the international peace sign rather than the other kind. So like the Fillmores have said, and all of our brilliant unity teachings since then, all of our answers come from within. So again, let's take in a deep breath consciously and exhale. So 37 years ago, when I first walked into my Unity Church in Chicago, the eye-opener for me and the heart changer for me was that I get to use these Unity teachings as a way of being. They have now, all these years later, become my way of life. And what I've had to do is also figure out a way of how to live with change and loss while still being in relationship with people, especially in your spiritual community. So I came up with a AAA kind of way of being. Accept, acknowledge, allow. We get to accept that change happens. We get to acknowledge that loss occurs. And we get to allow for our feelings to lead us to healing. So we move from our head, the longest 18 inches in our life, to our heart space. And you might be thinking, now wait a minute. Why is she talking about grief? No one has died. Well, or maybe someone has died. The thing is, someone ended a relationship. Maybe you changed jobs. The doctor gave you a diagnosis. I get to give up gluten. I have to wear hearing aids now. I get to walk with a walker. The list is endless. On and on and on. Changes occur daily for us. Yes? Yeah. And so you're thinking, but wait a minute. Unity tells me to be grateful, to get my attitude to gratitude. Correct. We also don't tell you what to think. So the best definition of grief that I have found thus far is this, and it's from the Grief Recovery Institute. Grief is the natural and normal reaction to loss and change of any kind. It's the conflicting feelings caused by the end of or change in a familiar pattern of behavior. Nowhere in that definition is the word death. And yet death does cause change and loss. We know that. Change happens, loss happens, grief happens. There's a great meme out on Facebook that has a woman sitting kind of like with a shadow figure next to her. And she says, I sat with my anger long enough until I realized it was grief. So this is what you and I get to do. Figure out what is causing our feelings, and then apply the acceptance, the acknowledgement, and the loss of allowing ourselves to feel this to all phases of our lives. I love this stuff. Just like unity principles help us live an authentic life, so does being real with our feelings and our heart space. And then we get to realize, wait a minute, My brain's not broken. My heart is broken. And I think you'll probably agree that not many of us were given tools to deal with change and loss in our life. I wasn't as a kid. And you know what? If you don't feel your feelings, they're going to clog up inside of you. And they're going to come out some other way. You might bark at somebody, be angry, stomp around, continual sadness. So our hearts get to be heard. They need to be heard and paid attention to. That's part of being present. As you and I allow ourselves to be real and to feel, to be heart aware, so to speak, right? To see what's under the sadness we might be feeling, under the confusion, the frustration, the tears, and the anger is grief. And so you're thinking, holy guacamole, it's Sunday morning. This sounds so heavy, so serious, Reverend Therese. Well, really, being heart aware and being aware of your true feelings creates a true lightness, so to speak. It's the total opposite of heaviness. It allows you to be sincere, to be authentic and real. And this then becomes palpable for us, and it's life-sustaining. So with all of life, we get to be mindful of our own stuff first, and our own selves in what we're feeling. I'm wondering, any of y'all a fixer, a great advice giver? Anyone else have a control gift? Well, guess what? Be honest with yourself, because self-awareness is a must. And even if you out there are also a widow like I am of 14 years, you cannot know how I feel. You might be familiar with the loss felt by being a widow, but you can't know how I feel, and I cannot know how you feel. So what we do is we then listen with the intention to understand rather than respond. It's good stuff, y'all. It's really good. So being self-aware then also allows us to stop and possibly pivot as necessary. Honesty with ourselves is first and foremost. So we've committed to being self-aware. We've committed to being present to our emotions and to this now moment. And how do you be in relationship with another? Well, guess what? They're probably going through the same thing. And so stay in your lane. You be you. Let them, as Mel Robbins would say, be them. And let yourself be yourself. Grace and ease come from this practice. So I wanted you to turn to your neighbor and say, I see you. Turn to another neighbor and say, I see you. Because what you're looking at are the very faces of God that create this community called Tyler Unity. There's a lot to celebrate within your community, each of you being unique, unrepeatable expressions of God. Say it to yourself. I am a unique, unrepeatable expression of God. It's so exciting, so exciting. So in this community we call Tyler Unity, you allow yourself the space to be real, which means then that you're going to allow your neighbor to be real to the best of your ability each and every day. And then we accept and acknowledge that we need space for each other, right? and you show up uniquely as your unrepeatable expressions of God. Because seriously, it's the love that you each have for Tyler Unity that keeps you all here. Love of self, love of unity, love of God. And when you put all of those together, you get to embrace the holy shifts that are happening there now and that are going to continue to happen as you continue to change and grow and evolve into who you've come here to be. To be the blessing for each other there and out into the community. I'm honored to be a grief recovery specialist by the Grief Recovery Institute that is in Bend, Oregon. This method of accepting change and acknowledging loss was founded 48 years ago, y'all, and it's everywhere in the world right now. We move from the head to the heart space. We allow ourselves to be real, 100% human and 100% divine. And we get to be with each other without judging another's emotions. Allow them to be. You and I get to be hearts, so hearts with ears. That's the logo, a heart with ears. And then allow. You've accepted, you've acknowledged, now you're allowing. Also for time of quiet as necessary. Because sometimes it takes a minute to identify what the emotion is. And then there's time for expression. It's all a process. It's fabulousness. So we get to be with each other, not wanting each other to be different, better, or more. Accepting folks as they are, of course, with manners and respect, of course. Not letting something in your mind control you, that you would like them to be different, better, or more. That's where the grief is. And when we just allow everyone to be, then we're accepting their uniqueness. Can you see how this is allowing then the light of ourselves to be expressing? The shifts allow for authenticity that deepens the bonds between you two. So I'm going to recap before we go into a meditation together. I focus on me and get real with my own stuff. Grief is normal and natural. I listen to understand, not to respond. There's no fixing another. That's a big one. I demonstrate by my example as I go within as to what awareness looks like. And I go within to find my answers. Quiet is okay. I accept change. I acknowledge loss, and I allow for feelings so I can be healing. Listen to your heart, y'all. It'll lead the way. Be in authentic relationship with yourself, which then allows you to be in authentic relationship with another. Many blessings. So let's take time to close your outer eyes as you're comfortable, or just ease your gaze. And we go into a time of meditation. So let's take a deep breath in and exhale. And let the busyness of your mind settle into this now moment. Accept, acknowledge, and allow. And feel your body starting to relax right where you are. And let this state of calm ease your mind. Remember that you are the very light of God, expressing out into the world, uniquely as yourself. Feel the presence of the people sitting in front of you and behind you, to your left and to your right. this community we call Tyler Unity. And concentrate on your breathing. Commit to being open and honest with your communication. Commit to being embraceful of each other's uniqueness. Commit to celebrating each now moment. Commit to supporting each other and lifting each other up. Let's take a moment in the quiet and allow something that you're grateful for to come to your mind, that allows for a smile to come to your face. In the silence, with a smile on our face, with a full grateful heart. It's an honor to have been with you today as you open your eyes and look around and see what God looks like. And so we pray this, all that we've been praying for today, in the name and after the nature and under the authority of the living, loving presence that is you and that is me. And so we are. Reverend Therese signing off. Many blessings. Unity in Tyler, Texas. Amen.
All right, we will have our offertory affirmation together.
love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. Thank you, Mother, Father, God.
I failed to mention that this is a Sunday where we are going to bless our tithing offering. And this month goes to Unity School of Christianity for $715. Our Unity Center teaches and practices the cycle of prosperity and gratitude. This Sunday we celebrate our monthly tithe check being sent to Unity Village. With gratitude and appreciation for our gift, I place this in the offering basket today. Thank you.
Yay! Unity School of Christianity getting a donation. That's wonderful. Sorry, let me.
I am so blessed.
celebratory thanksgiving together.
The infinite law of abundance flows through me. I am a channel of love and blessings through which all good things are expressed. Thank you, Father God.
We'll circle out for our peace song and prayer of protection.
Okay, Dan needs us to come this direction because his arms aren't that long. What?
We can circle in this
I
direction.
think we're gonna come through the middle.
God, Dan was like Stretch Armstrong.